Now, if you're anything like me, you're one of these coaches that really cares about your clients and the service that you deliver to your clients, and you want to keep things one-to-one because that's the premium, that's the elite, that's the best that you can possibly offer to the clients that you're actually working with, no matter what niche that you're in. So whether you're in fitness, whether you're a business coach, a mindset coach, an AI coach, whatever level or industry that you're actually in as a coach working with your clients online, you don't want to dilute your service away from the one-to-one aspects because your clients are investing into you. Now, I've been in that position before where I've been told the only way to scale is through group coaching or bring on a co-coach or have a mastermind model to my coaching business. Now, as good as that is, and for sure, it's going to help you massively scale. But there's always been something in me that feels like I'm losing that value with my clients. I'm going to lose that trust with my clients. I'm not going to be able to deliver the best, which in turn won't get the best results for my clients. And I've always had that passion in regards to delivering the best and getting the best results out of my clients. And also, when you start to bring on team members, and I've done this before, I've brought on co-coaches, I've done the mastermind model, I've tried all of these different ways to scale my online coaching business. I've tried them all, I've done them all. But nothing's sat right with me when I came away from the one-to-one aspect of coaching, no matter what I tried, no matter what I did. And I've actually come to terms with the fact that, look, my solo coaching business won't be massively scalable, but that is absolutely fine because what am I building the business for? I'm building my business to work with awesome clients, create the revenue that I actually want for me and my family so I can provide, and give me the freedom that I want locationally, give me the time freedom and the financial freedom that I actually want with my business. And as a solo coach, I've been able to grow to 30, 40, 50,000 pound months completely on my own with no VA, no team members, no co-coaches, no mastermind, one-to-one coaching at its absolute finest. And a lot of that, in regards to the capability of doing that, is down to how you coach and how you actually support your clients. And the old way of coaching that was very, very fixed, and you had to be on specific Zoom calls for specific times in a specific way. And it was very, very systemized, which is what a lot of gurus and mentors and consultants out there teach you to do, that you have to systemize absolutely everything that you do. And to a degree, 100% yes, very, very important to have systems in place. But when it comes to systemizing your coaching and support and having that fixed approach, you hit a ceiling very, very fast. So what I've actually done is over the last 14 years of coaching, 6 years fitness coaching, 8 years now business coaching, so well over a decade, on my way to 15 years actually coaching clients in those two different spaces. What I've actually found is a method where you can work with over 100 clients one-to-one without diluting the service, so you can raise profits, you can raise revenue, raise the amount of clients that you're working with, work with more clients, create more results, and have a bigger impact in your industry. And I'm about to walk through exactly what I do with my clients so I can work with over 100 clients as a solo coach. No team, no VA, no co-coach, no group coaching. It is just me, myself, and I running a highly profitable solo coaching business. Check this out. If you're a coach, consultant that is currently operating on your own and you've hit a ceiling of clients, or you're working with 30, 40, 50 people and you think your next steps to actually scale the business that you've got is to hire team members, to get VAs, to get co-coaches, support coaches actually in your business, but you don't necessarily want to do that. It doesn't really amp you up. It doesn't fire you up whatsoever. You're not excited to actually do that. And you just feel like you're at the ceiling of growth with the current business model that you've actually got as an online coach, no matter what the industry you're in, whether it's fitness coaching, whether it's mindset coaching, business coaching, AI coaching, whatever industry you're actually in regards to your online coaching or consulting business. If you're a solopreneur right now, then this video is for you, because I'm going to break through your belief system that you can only work with up to 50 people actually within your business. And I'm going to show you exactly how I work with over 100 people one-to-one, and I have no team, I have no VA, there's no co-coaches. It is just me, and I'm going to show you the exact system that I actually use and what I actually went through, because I used to be very, very similar to you. Okay. So the old way of coaching that I've always done. So as someone in the business coaching space, fitness coaching originally, transitioned into business coaching over the last 8 years, and I've been doing that over the last 8 years. It was fitness coaching for 6 years prior to that. So I've been a coach for a very, very long time, well over a decade now. And in my business coaching career, it was a very, very fixed way of delivering your coaching and support to your one-to-one clients, because everything I've ever done is completely one-to-one and completely hands-on with every single client that I work with to get the best out of that particular client. And the only way to scale that I was always told was you've got to go into a group coaching model, or you've got to hire a co-coach. You have to build a team to actually scale once you hit a certain ceiling. And yes, a lot of these methods, they do help you scale, and they do help you scale to big heights that a lot of coaching businesses have gone away and done. It is possible to do it that way. But there was always something in me where I didn't want to dilute my service, and I've tried it. I've tried hiring co-coaches. I've tried doing group coaching in regards to like a mastermind model, and the service just was never as good. It was never as elite. It was never as premium. And I know the people that were hiring me, they wanted to work with me. And as naive as that might sound, I know that's not scalable, but I always found that to be the case. And I always wanted to find a way to break that barrier in regards to the ceiling of 40, 50 clients that you work with. Like, how do I get to 100? How do I get to 100 plus? And still keep that hands-on model that I've actually got, and still keep that service there, that premium service there. So all of my clients can get results, and that's ultimately what they're paying me for, to get the results that they go on to actually get. Okay. So the old way that I've always done was a Zoom call for an hour, one-to-one with me, and we would do that every 2 weeks. So twice a month, essentially, that we would do that. That would be 2 hours of my time. We would have a call, we'd have a bit of a catch-up. We'd break down exactly what that particular client has gone through for the first 5-10 minutes, anything they needed help on, and then we would go through what they needed to go through over the next couple of weeks, what they needed to take action on over the next couple of weeks. So there was structure to the calls, but the calls were very fixed. Okay, so the client actually felt like they had to be on the call because my time was limited. I always felt like my clients thought I was too busy for them as well, and I was. When you start to hit those higher numbers of clients, you do become very, very busy because you're doing a lot of Zoom calls. You're doing 25 hours of Zoom calls a week. That's not accounting for any note taking. It's not accounting for any development. It's not accounting for any content creation, marketing, anything. 25 hours just sat down on Zoom every single week when you work with 50 clients in this manner. And I would always wake up with, there was one day I had over 120 WhatsApp messages just overnight, because the expectations were we have our 2 Zoom calls a month, and then I'm always available on WhatsApp for any support that you need. So I always found that I was swamped with 50 clients, and I felt like I just can't take on any more people because I am absolutely swamped and I'm struggling to deliver a high level of service to my clients in this particular way. And this was the ceiling that I hit with my coaching business, and I know a lot of you have as well. When you hit this particular point, or even if you've got 20 clients right now, 25, 30, you're on your way, you're probably starting to feel the strain of your time working inside your business, trying to retain your clients, keep them happy and keep the service there. And then the time that you're spending on your business, marketing, creating content, creating new opportunities, selling, bringing cash in your business, that time is diminishing very, very quickly because you've got to put more time actually into your clients. And this is a common theme, and this is the old way of coaching and actually supporting your clients that I found. I found like I hit a ceiling very quickly, okay? But there is a better way, okay? So I actually stumbled across this with somebody on YouTube. I spoke to him a couple of times in the direct messages just over the years, but over the past couple of years, he's really, really popped up in the consulting game. A guy called William Brown. So he actually did a YouTube video about just opening up your diary and just giving clients as much access as humanly possible. And he did a little experiment with it. And he was always put off with the idea, and so was I every time I thought about this as well, that clients would then demand more of your time because your diary is completely open. And he actually found that it took up less of his time because clients were then more intentional. They didn't feel the urgency to book in that call and use that time. And also they didn't relate the value of your service to the hours that you spent with them as a coach. Instead, they related the value of the service to the service itself and the results they actually got from it, rather than your personal time as a coach, which is, with the old way, that's what clients look at you as a coach. I'm hiring this coach, I've got my 2 hours a month with them. Okay, that's where the value of the service is. And it's not the case. The value of the service is in the service itself and the results that your client actually gets from it. And it was a really, really interesting experiment. And Will actually went on to talk about how his clients actually then started to demand less of his time, and the time he did spend with them is more intentional. So it wasn't just spontaneous, it wasn't a catch up, it wasn't a call for the sake of a call. In fact, people were having a call to overcome that next bottleneck and move forward and progress. So every call was then more progressive focused, if that makes sense. Okay, and it was very, very interesting. But I actually implemented this with my clients, and I saw a huge shift, okay, in regards to, I found the same results as what William Brown had. I started to have my clients then spending less time with me, but they were getting better results. They were progressing faster because all of our calls were then more intentional, okay? So then what I did is I wanted to take this one step further. So I've never seen anybody actually do this. So this was an experiment that I took William Brown's ideology in regards to supporting his clients, and I just wanted to take things one step further, because I was finding even on my Zoom calls, there was still time that I felt was not needed actually with the client, and I wanted to become more intentional. And this was actually stumbled upon by mistake. I actually had one of my clients who couldn't make a Zoom call because he was driving. I said, well, let's just pick up the phone and just give me a quick call about this. And within 10 minutes, that client had got what he actually needed. And in that day, he went off and he actioned what he needed and made the progress that he actually wanted. And it wasn't a disservice whatsoever because we didn't have a Zoom call. My client was driving. He was trying to maximize his time efficiency, and we had a phone call instead. So I thought, that's interesting, and took note of that. And then on the flip side of things, I had clients who actually wanted to come to my home, sit down in my office and go through their biggest bottlenecks. So for example, if they were struggling with something that needed a lot more in depth, it could be AI, it could be automation, it could be systems, it could be anything that requires a lot more deep diving, so to speak. They would actually come to my home, and then would spend a couple of hours with me in person. We'd hash it all out, and then they'd leave overcoming that big barrier. So again, so just listening to my clients and listening to the feedback and analyzing the service, taking a step back as a coach, I started to write notes on these things and started to pinpoint, okay, how do I create the most efficient coaching service and support that I possibly can as a solo coach? I don't want a team. I don't want a VA. I don't want a co-coach. I've been down those roads before. Yes, they've worked to a certain degree, but it wasn't the business I wanted. For me personally, I want a business where I work with awesome clients. We all grow great solo coaching businesses together. And then I want to spend the rest of my time with my wife and with my son, creating memories so I don't miss out on those things. I've got my dream home in the middle of the countryside. I live my dream life, and I've got my dream clients, and I'm earning my dream income. And I'm able to do anything I want to do. I'm locationally free, financially free, and I can do what I want when I want. And this was the business that I wanted for that freedom. And this is why I didn't want to go down the route where I hired a team. And look, can you scale to bigger heights with a team and with people around you and with bigger input? Of course you can. Of course you can. But if you're someone that wants to earn 30, 40, 50 grand a month on your own, that is highly profitable, above 90% profit margin, and live the life that you actually want and have that freedom, then this is the video for you, and this is what I've cracked now. So I took that feedback from my clients. I've taken William Brown's aspects in regards to supporting your one-to-one coaching clients, and I've built a bit of a beast, if I'm honest. So what I've actually found was I implemented a quick WhatsApp message for anyone that wanted a quick piece of advice. I implemented a 15-minute phone call that people could book on, okay? A 30-minute Zoom call, and then a 2-hour in-person session. Now, if people wanted the 2-hour in-person session, it would then just be a premium upgrade if they wanted that, because again, they're paying for 2 hours of my time to overcome a huge bottleneck in their business. And I implemented these 4 levels essentially of support that my clients could have access with me for, and it's completely unlimited. You can have unlimited phone calls. You can have once, twice, 3 times every single day, all day, every single day if you wanted to. The same with Zoom calls. You can book as many 2-hour in-person sessions as you want. It's completely up to you. I opened up my diary to my clients, so it's no longer fixed. It's completely unlocked and at the level that that client wants that support, which is very, very key in the difference, okay? Now, really interesting metrics that I actually found. So I went from 2 hours, so an hour call every 2 weeks, so twice a month, 2 hours on Zoom every single month per client, plus WhatsApp messages all day, every single day. So now on average, a client is actually on Zoom with me or a phone call for 30 minutes a month. That's 25% of the time that I'm actually supporting my clients, even though my diary is completely open. But because my diary is completely open in the way that they actually want it to be, that means every single time I do have those support calls and those coaching calls, it's intentional. That client knows exactly what they want to get out of that session, exactly what they want to progress with, and everything is very, very clear. It's intentional, okay? It's not there for the sake of being there. It's not time for the sake of spending time with a client. It's intentional time that we're actually spending. So I found the time that my clients were spending with me, it was intentional and it was progressive. And then my clients became massive action takers off the back of that, because they wasn't wasting time. They was getting out of me what they needed from me, and then they were cracking on, because progress comes from action, not from theory. The theory helps point them in the right direction, helps support them, helps give them the knowledge and the tools that they need to grow. But nothing happens without action. And then my clients started to adapt to that and start to really understand that I'm going to get everything I need out of Josh. I'm going to have the being pointed in the right direction. I'm going to have the pathway. I'm going to have the tools. I'm going to have the knowledge. I'm going to have the expertise, everything I need to progress. But I know that that progress hits in reality from me taking massive action. So again, the support becomes intentional, okay? I started to charge, it went up over time just with demand. It started at £500 for my in-person sessions for those 2 hours, $750, now it sits on £1,000 for that 2-hour session. And what I find is I get 4 to 6 of those that come in every single month from my clients. That again is an extra £4,000 to £6,000 per month. Just having it there as an option. I don't have to sell it, it's just available. And it's just available for my clients when they want it, how often they want it. And it's as simple as that. I've just made it available. And those clients that do just upgrade and come for those 2-hour sessions, they make huge progress. They overcome the biggest bottlenecks that they can imagine, and they see incredible results off the back of it as well. So they are incredible tools to actually have. And again, in an online world, most people aren't doing this, because you create an online coaching business and you just want to sit behind your laptop, sit behind your screen and never leave, never leave the room. Whereas in actual fact, people are craving human connection, in-person human connection, and there's some incredible results, and it's a great service. It's a great day for both me and the client that we actually go through. And I always find that they're the clients that really make the biggest headway as well. So again, very, very interesting, just adding that in as an option. And this is just what I found, okay? So I strongly recommend moving to this model. I'm going to show you exactly what my system looks like in a moment as well. But essentially, you can work with more clients, you can deliver a better service, you can get better results from your clients, you've got more productivity, more time efficiency for yourself as a coach as well. You're not burning yourself out working in the business. You still have all the time that you need to work on the business and grow and develop as a coach, as an individual. And you can make more money. At the same time, you don't need to hire a team, you don't need a VA, and you can earn those 30, 40, £50,000 months just on your own, and you can do that, okay? So this is essentially what my setup looks like, okay? So I have a very, very simple little dashboard here. It's basically like a little landing page that I've created, and it's very clear. So unlocked one-to-one support, anytime, anywhere that's suitable for you. Now, if they click this button here, that'll take them straight to my WhatsApp. If they click here, they can book in a 15-minute phone call with me. So they click here, my calendar loads up, and they can book in any time that they want. They can come in, they can pick a slot, pick a time, and they can book in. It's the same with the Zoom call. If they wanted to book a 30-minute Zoom call, they come in on my diary, it's completely open, okay, to the times that I have available, and they can book in as many times as they want. It's completely uncapped. And then I have the 2-hour in-person session that I have limited to just Fridays. But again, you can come in, you can click here, you can choose a slot. I can do up to 4 of them within a day. Whatever slot actually works for you. But again, for me as a coach, if I have all 4 of those slots actually taken up, I'm making an extra $4,000 on that Friday, and I'm working with the same clients. I'm still growing the business, and I'm getting better results from that from that client. And they literally just come in, they choose their slot, they put their name, email, address, what's the biggest thing you want to take away from the session. You come through, you know it's £1,000, it's an upgrade, you'll pay, you book, and again, that's done. I don't have to sell this, and it's just an option here. So my clients get full access to this support system, and they have unlimited, uncapped support and coaching sessions from me as the coach, and it's all me. It's not a co-coach, it's not a VA, it is me. And you'll find you'll get the best results possible from your clients by implementing this level of support. And I was exactly the same as you. I thought if I opened up my diary, then my clients will take up more of my time. It's completely the opposite. It's intentional, it's specific, it's more efficient, and you get better progressive clients and bigger action takers essentially out of your clients by actually doing this. But I found taking it to this level where you can actually get your clients to book in the level of support that they want from you. So whether it's a WhatsApp message, whether it's a 15-minute phone call, 30-minute Zoom call, or 2-hour in-person, I found this is working absolute wonders. And right now I can manage over 100 clients on my own as a solo coach. There's no team whatsoever, it's all me. People are invested into me, and it's my business, and they're getting me. They're getting my 14 years coaching experience. They're getting everything I know, my mistakes, my wins, everything that I've been through, the battle scar, so to speak, and they're getting the exact pathway to grow their own solo coaching business with what I'm actually learning and videos like this that I'm actually teaching and actually getting across to coaches just like yourself as well. So definitely recommend that you implement this, and this is something that I found if you want to break that ceiling and not live on the Zoom calls. So much for watching up until this part. I'm just editing up this video that you've actually just watched, that video walkthrough of how to really maximize your time so you can work with more clients as a solo coach. Now, if you're interested in growing your own solo coaching business that is highly profitable, where you don't need a team, you don't need a co-coach, you don't need a VA, but you can start to work with more clients and you can start to grow the revenue within your business. Now, I have an offer below in the description of this video, an opportunity for you to work with me on the Momentum Accelerator, which is 30 days working one-to-one with me. There's no long-term commitment with this, but an opportunity for you so I can show you behind the curtains of a highly successful solo coaching business, all of the tools, all of the systems, all of the software, the strategy, everything that I do to operate day to day as a solo coach. Now, the opportunity is in the link in the description. All you got to do is go ahead and click that and you'll have instant access.